Hi, everybody, or whoever is watching, all 3 or 4 million of you. I'm doing a look-see here at a project of a repair on a fountain that, hi Jason, that belongs to a client. We're doing a new fountain project with this gentleman for a mutual client. But in the meantime, here we go fixing an existing piece. This stone hangs from a copper form. Rather simple, but that accentuates is the word I'm looking for. The beauty of this stone. Now I have water running over it now, however, not in the finished product pump with the finished pump. I have a little bit of a recycling pump down here sump pump, I should say, that is a little bit powerful for what we need, but it's allowing me to do the test today. My concern is that the very small pump that came with it, which I will look at here in a moment if I can see where I put it, is dead. It kind of turns, but it doesn't turn well or for very long, and we'll need a replacement for it. The question will be, however, whether or not it will be strong enough. It looks kind of light, at least in comparison to this one we're using today. Let's get a couple more lights on here. Speaking of light, I don't know if that'll help much at all. No, not much. Sorry. Okay, a couple of things real quick here. My friend that's going to be most interested. I've made several changes. Let me put my monitor phone down. Up underneath this thing, which is new, which you can decline to use, by the way, but I like it. I like it for a couple of reasons. One, I put some brackets up here that are going to absolutely give this structure a lot more rigidity, and it needed that. This stone, I think, weighs in the vicinity of 100 pounds, and that's quite a little bit on just copper tubing brazed together. So this piece covers up that, and it also eliminates water jumping all over the place and flying off, which probably doesn't matter a lot in your setting. I don't know, but it did. It mattered quite a bit here because my tool bench is right back here, and it was just splattered with water. And I turned it down to what I think would be an appropriate flow rate for your situation. And I have a restrictor on the outlet, so it's only pushing 20 pounds out, and then I've got your clamp gizmo on there. And of course, all of this needs to be underneath. Oh, by the way, the reason we're set up in this auxiliary big reservoir here is that I can't put that pump down inside of there, which may be the restriction. That may be why we have to stay with a smaller pump to get it to fit down in there. So this way I was able to just overfill your reservoir over the top into my bigger one and use my big pump, and we get a good test. I think it's a fair test. In fact, the thing looks terrific. It's a beautiful piece. Now, all of this will be, notice too, across below the stone, there's a new piece. That also was needed for some rigidity and just keeping this thing square and steady. And I'm going to color everything. So all of this and the modifications up here on the corners, I will give it a dark brown color and then a little hint of green, so that you'll see your piece when I bring it back will be very close to the original. We can never nail it right on. This has had the benefit of years of sitting in water, and that just gives it a really strong patina that you can't hardly knock off. On the bottom, I made a few changes there. I didn't understand why those two pieces on either side were sloped, so I changed that. I hope that didn't make a mistake. It certainly works fine, and once you load that up with the stones and decorative whatever you want to do there, you won't see it anyway. And that little center tube also, by the way, will help keep other stones from falling down and inside. So I think this is going to work pretty well. The reason for sending you this is a couple of things. One, I wanted to see people to see that we do sometimes just do repairs. That happens infrequently, but we don't mind. We enjoy it. The other one is if you see anything you want changed or don't like or want added, want me to do any different, this is probably the biggest single change right here. Let me step back a little bit. Imagine the bottom is gone. Ugly white thing. I can't help that right now. Actually, I think it mildly enhances the piece. If you disagree, that's okay. By the way, that profile across the top, it's about the same height as the profile of your reservoir. So in that regard, it has a bit of connectivity that I think makes it work okay. So that's up to you. It's not, I'm never going to attach it. It just sits there. So if you decide you don't like it, throw it away. Or don't throw it my way. Don't throw it away. Okay, I think I've prattled on long enough. See what you think and let me know, and we'll talk pretty soon. All right, take care.